Metaverse could become the future of human interaction, a place where we meet, learn, play, and do business. What banks and financial institutions have to do with this? Well, as in the real world, everything in the Metaverse also needs to be financed. With me in the studio today is Metaverse Evangelista and Dean of the Metaverse Academy, Marta Boeckenfeld. Good morning, Marta.
Good morning, Jade. I'm very excited to be here today with you.
Marta, does the Metaverse exist? And if so, how far is it?
That's a very good question and highly debated. So for me, the Metaverse is a vision right now, which we'll realize from an expected point of view in 5 to 10 years. So what is the Metaverse? The Metaverse is really the future of the internet. It's a persistent place, and it's, in the vision, interoperable, interconnected, the real world with also the world we have as the virtual world. So this interconnection is very important, and it doesn't always exist right now. However, we have what we call little metaverses, so virtual worlds. And if we look at gamers, for example, we have 3 billion gamers. So there are already a lot of examples of virtual worlds, but we cannot own really something in those worlds. It's different from Decentraland, for example, or Sandbox. These are also virtual worlds. So there are a variety of virtual worlds which are called metaverses, but the big metaverse vision is not yet there.
And so you speak about these small virtual worlds. You help companies get into these worlds. How do they do that, and why should they care?
So how do they do that? It's very important to first explore and come via experiences, because only if you have experienced yourself, you can also evaluate what should be your strategy, what is the purpose, and what should you do for clients. So what we do very often is that we have events or tailor-made workshops where really our clients, also banking clients and their staff, or even clients, their clients, their high net worth or ultra high net worth or even retail clients, explore. So what do we mean by that? We take them into virtual worlds, and that doesn't always have to be with glasses, but we also do train in glasses, and make it very simple and make it a bit of fun. So to have this experience of, it's not so difficult and I don't need to change so much and I can easily enter. So that's the very much first step. And the second step is then usually that we have workshops where we try to find out, we show them what is available, and there are endless possibilities, a little bit more also about fine-tuned what could be the right one for them. And it's really not one is the right one for all of them, so it's always tailor-made. And then we explore together, what's the purpose, what are you trying to achieve, what are you good at, what are you standing for? And that can range from like fashion companies or retail companies to banks.
Now, real estate is very important in the Metaverse at the moment. We saw JP Morgan open a lounge at the beginning of this year. And even in Switzerland, we had Signum Bank also recently open a space in the Metaverse. Is this the way for banks to get into the Metaverse?
I would not say that is for each bank is the same way, similar to what we discussed before, but these are good steps into one direction. But if you, for example, look at the JP Morgan lounge, it's not something very exciting, but it's the first step to explore. If you look at the Signum space, you can say what they try to do is also explore, but creating communities. So they're already very far advanced with their product, the NFTs, and they're trying to also relate this to the real world, to their products. So for each company, there's something different, and it could be a loyalty program, for example, or it could be in a virtual space, which you don't have to buy, which you create yourself, because you want to try also to show what you are good at yourself, and there are much more possibilities, and there are different fields like what you have from Decentraland, which feels very much like Minecraft.
Now, the Bank for International Settlements and several central banks are already exploring ways to settle foreign exchange trades using a decentralized system. Do you think this is the future? And do you think we will completely replace the current financial system with blockchain technology?
I believe that in the mid to long term, I wouldn't say that banks are gone, because banks have a lot of trust of their consumers, but they will also more go into blockchain trading, for example, as you just said. And as we have seen from BlackRock and Coinbase when they did the strategic partnership, this is huge because BlackRock has on the Aladdin platform $20 trillion. So all of this will lead the path to decentralized finance.
So in the long term, yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much for this talk. It was a pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you very much for having me.
And thank you to you for watching Finews TV.